Hello everyone, here's another Alberta Physics 30 Diploma question review from the 2009 released items. This is actually a follow-on from MC8 and 9, which is on a previous video. The background here is that there are three spheres that are charged. They initially have the following charges. Hopefully you can see in red I've put plus 3x, negative 5x, and plus 2x. And in this question, we're told that there's a series of steps, step 1, 2, and 3, where these spheres are touched together. And this question is really about accounting. It's about keeping track of the charges and making sure that we always obey conservation of charge. So we're going to follow this through step by step, and we'll be keeping track of the charge, and hopefully at the end we can then select the correct answer. What's different about this question is that it's done with sort of an algebraic statement. We don't have an absolute value in coulombs, we're just given ratios of x. And you can see that the different options for the answers that are given as ratios. So let's go ahead and keep track of what's going on. We'll first of all follow step 1, which is that spheres K and L are touched together. So here I've got my sequence of events. I'm going to draw whatever's going to happen in step 1 here. I'm going to draw step 2 here, and then step 3 here, and hopefully we should be able to account for those final charges down the bottom. We'll try and keep it in color coordination as well. So beginning with red, I'm just going to draw a little line that shows that K touches to L. Okay, so first of all, really easy, we can go ahead and say that M doesn't change. M is going to stay the same, so I'm going to write this as a blue value here, just above. Blue is going to stay as positive 2x, that's easy. But K and L touch, which means I have to add these together. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go plus 3x. Okay, that's going to touch and be added together, because these are conducting spheres. This is going to be added together with the negative 5x. Okay, and of course that's going to give me negative 2. Okay, I'm going to get a negative 2 total charge, or negative 2x total charge. But don't miss this step. This total charge is for both x and L. They've touched together, and when they've touched together, they have a total charge of negative 2x, which means when they separate out again, so when I'm separating them, the charge has to be shared equally. And it's going to be shared equally because the spheres are equal size. So I need to divide this by 2. Okay, and that tells me my charge is now on K and L. K is going to be negative 1x, and L is also going to be negative 1x. Okay, step 2. In step 2, spheres K and M touch together. So K is going to come all the way over here and touch M all the way over here. So I can go ahead and put in my L charge. L is not changing, so this is going to stay as a negative 1x. And now I've got to keep track of my K and M. So let's do it over here. We're going to say that we have a negative 1x added to a positive 2x. Okay. So if we do the sum, this is of course going to give me a total positive 1x. And remember, that's the total charge of K and M together. That's what they are together, so maybe we can just visualize that. This positive 1x is when they're touching together. This is K and M. Have a total charge of positive 1x. So what happens when we separate them, given that they're equal size? Yep, you got it. They're going to share the charge. So they're going to divide this by 2. Okay, so it's going to be 1x divided by 2, which of course gives us 0.5, positive 0.5x, and over here, positive 0.5x. Okay, so far so good. Now we're moving on to step 3. Step 3, L and M. L and M touch. So there it is. And there it is. Nice and easy now for my K. I now know the value of my K charge. This is going to be a positive 0.5x. Okay, so already I don't even need to do the rest of my calculation. I can see already that my charge on sphere K is going to be a positive x divided by 2, because that's what a 0.5 means. So I already know I can start to zoom in on my answer. I already know that it's going to be either C or a D. Okay, but let's keep going. So L has a negative 1x, M has a positive 0.5x, so we're going to add those together. So negative 1x plus 0.5x, that's a positive. That gives us a total of negative 0.5, negative 0.5x. But again, remember that's for both of them. So we have to divide this by 2 to get the charges on each of the final stages. So negative 0.5 divided by 2 is going to give us a negative 0.25x and a negative, oops, let's just redo that, and a negative 0.25x for M. So we will come back to our possible solutions. We've already said that it's definitely C or D because K was a 0.5x, which is basically divided by 2. And now we're saying that L and M are 0.25x's, sorry, negative 0.25x's. So hopefully you can see a negative 0.25 is equivalent of a negative x divided by 4. So there we have our solution. It has to be D.